Okay, there's one last subcortical region in your book we're going to talk about, and this is the cingulate cortex. So the cingulate cortex is this region I have highlighted here in yellow. You can see that it's not really a structure itself, it's a fold, it's part of the actual cortex. Now, the cingulate cortex is a giant C-shaped region. So if you think of cingulate and cortex starting with C's, you can remember it's this C-shaped region. And it happens to be above the midline of the brain, what we call the corpus callosum. Now, take a second, pause the video, and see if you can remember what the corpus callosum does. Cool, hopefully you remembered that the corpus callosum is kind of that fiber bridge that connects the two hemispheres. Now, as you can see here by the coloring, the cingulate could be split into two different parts, an anterior section and a posterior section. Now, I want you to take a guess again. Remember when we talked about those two words? Do you think the anterior section is the yellow one in front or the green one in back? So take a second and think about it. So as we talked about earlier, A comes before P, so anterior is in front of your brain. So anterior cingulate cortex represents this yellow region in front. Now, a little bit of a tougher question, but what do you think it does? We're gonna make a prediction again. The anterior cingulate cortex does a lot of different things, and let's see if we can sleuth and figure it out. Let's think about what it's near. So the ACC is right here in the frontal lobe. So think about what we know the frontal lobe does. And think about some of the subcortical structures it's near, some of the things we talked about in the cortex or some other structures nearby. Take a second, pause the video, and brainstorm what you think ACC might be involved in.